Now we'll take a close look at the Creality Ender 2 3D printer. The Creality Ender 2 is a cantilever style 3D printer made of mostly acrylic and aluminum extrusion. It has a 150 by 150 by 200mm build volume, a Bowden MK8 style extruder, an aluminum heated bed with a BuildTak-like sheet on top, and the smallest full graphical LCD display that I have ever seen. It's adorable. Just take a look at this thing. The Ender 2 is very well priced. You can get it shipped for around $165 US on some sites. And it's also very well built. It shares the same hot end and extruder setup as the CR10, which has proven to be very reliable. Also, the aluminum extrusion makes the printer very sturdy. They also provide you with a power supply cover to help keep you out of danger. A side tip, the Z lead screw comes with this protective cover for shipping. It also makes a great wire protector if you cut it into smaller pieces. We built this printer on a live stream, me and a buddy of mine, and the build went pretty smooth. The directions are really just a couple of quick pictures, but the kit is designed in a couple of large assemblies to make the process go much faster. This kit can probably be built in less than an hour. During the assembly, I was impressed with a lot of things about this kit, considering its price point, but sadly, that didn't last long. It does pain me to get to the bad part. I had really high hopes for this machine. It's compact, it could be made portable, it's Creality, has a spool holder on top, but here we go. I'll ease into this list. This kit requires a mini USB cable to be tethered to a PC for printing. This kit doesn't include a USB cable. There are Phillips head screws in this kit, but there's no Phillips head screwdriver. There's no part cooling fan. The hot end fan does provide some part cooling, but not enough, as you can see by the crazy stringing on most of these models. There is a spot on the main board where you can add a part cooling fan if you can find a fan and a mount that will fit it. This is the BuildTak-like sheet that came with the heated bed. It made it about 3 prints before it got torn up. Then I went for the glue stick, and there was another problem. There are 3 Phillips head screws that attach the thumb screws on the bottom for leveling the bed, limiting the print surface greatly if you want to print straight on the aluminum. Then we get to bed leveling. There are only 3 points in which you can adjust the level of this bed. On top of that, the inside one is almost impossible to adjust. The build plate pretty much ruins this 3D printer kit in my opinion, and it could have easily been fixed. Add another roller, move into the corners of the bed, and you could have saved this design. You know, like the CR10. And I get it, it's the cheapest possible 3D printer kit. But come on, I'd pay the extra $10 for a printer that I actually wanted to print on. Such a shame. The electronics board is stowed away in the printer's base, which is nice. The power supply does have a cooling fan on it, but it still does follow the printer around wherever you go. The printer does run some sort of version of Marlin, but you don't get a version that you can tweak if necessary. This is what the main board looks like. It's a Melzy type. You can adjust the motor drivers if you need to. Put your part cooling fan right there. It says K-fan on it. Something else to note, you might want to watch out for this bed plug. It's the same type that like to burn up. It is in the corner, which is a little better than most. One thing good about this printer is it heats rather quickly. You can get the nozzle temp up to 250 in less than 2 minutes, and the heated bed up to 100°C in less than 5. With all that said, most of the prints on this machine came out pretty well, after you fiddled around with the bed to get the first layer down. Lots of stringing, but that can usually be cleaned off fairly easily. I even finally tried a baby Groot. Not too bad for such detail. The model finishes are very clean. It really stacks the layers evenly and consistent. Even the lattice torture test did pretty well. The underhangs look pretty good. If you watched the live stream, you saw we didn't get the X-belt tight enough on the first print, so the benchy didn't look so great. You can see the smokestack is a little squished. I tightened the belt up and tried again. The second benchy was much nicer. And this is what you get if you try to print the CAT G-code that comes on the SD card. So if you fixed the bed issues, added a part cooling fan, and found a way to mount the power supply so this would be all one unit, you'd have a fairly nice machine and it'd still be reasonably priced. I like hacking and tweaking as much as anyone, but where do you draw the line? You could make all these mods and have a nice machine, or you could just go buy a machine that already had all these features. If I were you, I'd save your money, skip this one, at least until they make some improvements. There are machines out there that have all these features in the same price range. Some will be coming up on this channel very soon. I have not been in contact with GearBest or Creality on this printer. I bought this printer with my own funds, and all opinions expressed are my own. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing to my channel. If not, leave your thoughts below, and as always, thanks for watching. Cat G code.